Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Married to Medicine Season 10, The Reunion Part 3. This is the final part. And woo, I'm glad. Like, though this really could have been an email, a text, a letter, somehow I still have a bunch of notes. So stick around. You're going to want to watch till the end. If you're new here and you enjoy this type of content, check out my other videos. Don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. It's a growing channel. Turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. And be sure to like and comment. If you comment, I'm definitely going to respond. So I'll see you guys in the comment section. So we pick up where we left off. That was with Apollo stepping onto the scene. That was supposed to be some kind of wow moment, some wow factor. And it's like, maybe for them, first of all, we already knew even before the reunion came on that Apollo was going to be at the reunion. So it really just, for me, it didn't do nothing. And then it's just like, why is he here? why are you here? All the girls were acting like they ain't never seen a man before. They was fangirling. I'm like, Toya was like, ooh, oh, heavenly looking. Even Andy was like, ooh, oh my goodness, let me jump up and give you a hug. Andy, you might want to sit down. You got a lot going on right now. I'm just saying. So Phaedra said she bought Apollo out because the ladies kept asking about him. The only person that asked about him was Toya, and that was only like 1 or 2 times. Like she mentioned him. Nobody else asked about him. He came from a whole nother show. Like nobody cares. But I think we can all agree that Apollo is aging like fine wine. Okay, Apollo kind of fine. Shout out to Kenya Moore. Okay. So Apollo shares that, when he first got home from doing his bid, things were topsy-turvy and whatever he was talking about. I don't know, kind of vernacular. Anyway, things were shaky when he first got home when it came to the co-parenting of it all. But now, before they were doing drop-offs at the Chick-fil-A, now he's allowed to come stop at her doorstep. And I think that's good progress. They're like, we cool, no, we good. And I did see a lot of people saying, well, how are y'all good? How are y'all cool if he can't come in? Listen, it's a rare occasion for my son's father to come into my house. And we've been cool for years. Like, we're good. Like, no problem. Cool with his family, all that. No issues. But there's really no rhyme or reason, like, it's not like you can't come in, but there's really no reason for you to come in. Like the kids can just walk on out. So you don't really need to come in. Her boys are older. Like, didn't one of them just turn 13? Well, why does Apollo need to come in? And he's married. It's just a boundary thing. But, let me get off my soapbox. Where did I leave off at? He said, I forgot to write this down. He mentioned something about seeing Todd, and Todd apologized for, Candy and him using them as a storyline that one season on Real Housewives. I'm like, what are you talking about? From that season where they showed that clip when Phaedra was like, go away from me with this. Okay. All I remember them saying is that they were storing some of Apollo's things in their garage. That was it. That was all. Like, that took up like 1 minute in one episode. I don't know. Yeah, refresh my memory if I'm forgetting something, please. But anywho, he said he saw Teresa's husband, Teresa from New Jersey, I believe. I don't watch that franchise. I used to, like when it first came on. I haven't watched in many, many, many years. But he did say he saw him when he was in the pen, but he was with his crew, and Teresa's husband was with his boys. Whew. I began hooked every time I turn on Netflix and I be watching them shows, like, was it 90 Days In and all these other little shows. That stuff will have you in a chokehold, okay? But anyway, I said it before. There was no rhyme or reason to have Apollo on here. It was like we spent the first 10 minutes getting into Apollo's business, going down memory lane with Apollo, seeing what he been up to. What does that got to do? If Phaedra ain't married to no doctor, she don't need to be on the show. But anyway, so Cecil he made a comment that Sweet Tea is an upgrade from Quad. So, of course, he started backsliding on that comment he made and whatever. You said it, you meant it. He tried to say it like, oh, well, it's just because, you know, Gregory, he's so happy and all this stuff that, nah, no. We know what you meant. You said it and you meant it. It was a little shade. Okay. You just didn't think nobody was going to call you out on it. Quad said that previously, I think on Watch What Happens Live, that T is a better fit for Greg because she's easily manipulated. She said, you know, she's a little bit older and has more life experience. Sweet Tea got offended and was like, you know, you might see me in the streets, but you don't know me. And everybody was like, what? I can see her getting offended with Quad speaking on, because first of all, I was like, girl, you don't know what kind of life experience I have in comparison to yours. But saying you don't know me, I don't know you to know that you're naive. I mean, I've seen enough to know that you are naive and easily manipulated. I mean, heavily manipulated you. So when you sat up there talking about you thought they was going to welcome you with open arms, that's all we need to know right there. But anyway, 4K Gate came up again, and I think it's safe for me to speak on us all when I say we the people are tired of hearing about this. I don't care. I could not care less. I don't want to hear about this ever again. Like, we know they used to date. Like, okay, whatever. But Andy said Dr. G considered their outings dates. And Phaedra was like, when did we ever connect on a romantic way? He didn't say y'all connected on a romantic way. He said y'all went out on some dates. I need her to stop correlating dates with like physical intimacy, with romantic relations. Okay, I need you to stop. Because then people be having that idea. And then when you say, oh, I'm dating, I'm dating multiple people. They think you just laying down and rolling around in the bed with everybody. And you might not be rolling in the bed with nobody. Dating is just that, dating. You went on a date. Y'all went out to eat. You went out to do whatever. You went on a date. You don't have to hold hands, kiss, hug, touch, or anything to date. But I don't know. I don't know why she keeps on with this. Like, girl, nobody thought you did anything with him, but now when you say you dating other people, I'm gonna have some questions. Dr. G said he probably should have lied and said that he would give her the 4K and maybe they would have been together. They'd be together right now. Not with your wife sitting in front of you. Oh my gosh. He never stops at a chance to embarrass his wife. I know Quad is sitting there like, woo-wee. I dodged the bullets. A win is a win. A win is a win. Okay. It's just, do I believe that Phaedra, in so many words, was telling him he need to pay up? And when he declined, that was the end of that? Yes, absolutely. I think she asked for it. All this, 4K ain't nothing. He said this was back in 2002. In 2002, it was something, okay? But let's move on. So Quad mentioned a story of when Eugene initially was trying to talk to Toya. She said, I heard her mention speed dating. Have y'all ever tried speed dating? I didn't know people actually like did that and was successful in it. Every time they be having like a singles event at a church, speed dating at the bar, anywhere, it's like 95% women. So I do want to hear a little more. How did they? I thought they met in college. So speed dating? Anyway, the story is when Eugene met her, he initially told her he was a nurse, which is still a great career, but she wasn't interested in that. Then when she found out he was a doctor, she was like, wait a minute. I've changed my mind. I take my number. I'm ready. And Eugene said, look, he know how disrespectful Toya is, and he liked that. He signed up for it. Like, stop acting like he's some kind of victim. Okay. But when she disrespects you and emasculates you again, nobody better not say nothing. Okay? I don't hear anybody say nothing, including me. I'm going to just zip it. Okay? I ain't going to say nothing. But I do love how he loves his wife. He like, look, I know what I got. This is what I wanted. I wanted this. Okay? This is exactly the type of behavior I like. You talk about I ain't going to bring it up. I'm going to leave it alone. So Andy randomly asked Dr. G for a mental health check in front of everybody, including Quad, saying he wasn't comfortable speaking to Quad. Why would you say that in front of Quiet. You don't want to be like, let me pull you to the side, or, if I use a cold word like banana, then that's a mental health check or something. Like, why would you just, okay, I guess we need drama for the show, right? So Quiet was like, hold on, you joined the show knowing basically that this is my show. I was here during during you, after you, when you came back again, I'm here. You knew I was going to be here when you signed. You knew what it was when you signed up. But Andy asked Dr. G if he signed a prenup. He said he didn't. And Andy was like, even with her saying that she got a little access to the money, you didn't sign the prenup? My guess was that he didn't know nothing about it, and so he watched the show back. But it did seem like Phaedra was trying to warn him, and he didn't take her advice. And Dr. G was like, he like her bag too. He likes spending her money too. Nice try, but I don't believe that her government job is paying the type of coins that you're getting paid, Gregory. Let's not. I mean, it's not too late to get a post nut. If you know, like I know, you would. I'm just saying. Because after she made that comment, I wouldn't take no chances. I'm just, okay. So T said they in it for the long haul, and Quad mumbled under her breath, I'm not sure. Neither am I. And I mean, Quad would know. Quad would know, wouldn't she? But we see Greg taking out the trash. We saw a clip of that. And Quad was basically like, yeah, I'm glad I saw him well. She apologized to Eugene for calling him Eugina. What? Let this be the last time, Quad. I don't want to hear you say sorry for nothing. I don't want you to accidentally bump into somebody else and be like, ooh, sorry, nothing. When will this apology tour end? I don't want to hear another apology. Whew. So we move on to the Hilton Head, South Carolina trip. Apollo didn't know that there was a possibility that he could have saved his former marriage, because we know on the trip, Phaedra was like, oh, if I was in this friend group, maybe my marriage would have lasted. That's because there was no possibility that your marriage would have lasted ever at any point, no matter who he was around, whether he was on the show, off the show, no matter who she was friends with. At no point in time was you ever going to be able to save that marriage. Okay. It was done. Heavenly said, because we get into Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly's little spat, and Heavenly was like, wait a minute, before you start yelling at me now. Simone was like, look, I don't need to hear from Heavenly about Jackie. If Jackie got something to say, then I want to hear it from Jackie. And I agree. And I noticed on part 3, Jackie ain't said but 2 words. Stop letting Heavenly be your mouthpiece. And Heavenly, stop acting like you her guard dog. Dr. Alicia chimed in and was like, we could have gone anywhere. We could have done those little activities anywhere. We didn't have to do it in South Carolina. And after Simone asks for people's thoughts, she's going to say, I don't want to hear from you. Dr. Simone has been so nasty, so rude. Like, she does not like constructive criticism, I guess, and any type of feedback. That is true. They could have did those things anywhere, but let's stop acting like this is really Simone's trip. When are we going to break fourth wall and just be like, look, it's time for the cash trip, and I'm just so happen to be the host or whatever. It's time for the cash trip. Divvy up the hosting duties, or I don't know. Stop pretending like we've been caught on. We know we're not new to this reality show thing. We've been watching reality TV for a minute now. We know how it goes. The producers set up the trip for a little bit of drama, but they had them going on a sprinter down to South Carolina or up to South Carolina. They should have had them going through the Atlanta airports to get to South Carolina, because that's where the issue really was at hand. But okay. So, and speaking of the Atlanta airport, are we not going there anymore? Because they're like, oh, yeah, we never going back to South Carolina again. Well, are y'all not going back to the airport again? Okay, I guess. Sweet Tea, she was like, well, look, I know they had, Jackie had that cheating scandal, but that was 7 years prior. And I just felt like, what about me? What about me? See, that's why they be talking to you like you're a small child. Because what is that whining you doing? What you mean, what about you? This wasn't even about you. You could have laid low, played it off. Nobody was even thinking about you. You was off their radar. But no, you begging for some attention. You want a good hazing. Girl could have left it alone. I promise you, when she said it, nobody cared about me. No one cared in this moment. No one said a thing. They just moved right on so swiftly. So Toya said she has no feelings on Kima and Alicia's marriage. She was like, look, their relationship is much different from ours, and what works for them works for them. They must have been really winding down because Toya wasn't really saying nothing crazy this entire time. Alicia was like, yeah, well, I never complained about my husband's eggplant ties. And it was just like, girl, what? Now, she could have said this before when they were getting into it, but the timing is everything. Because now you just look like you've been holding that in and you've been waiting for the opportunity to say this. And then you say it right now when it didn't make no sense. And then everybody's looking like, girl, what? So, and Toya was like, okay, and no one ever asked. And Eugene was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm about to whip it out. And Andy was like, well, go ahead. I mean, we got time. Please don't. But Alicia is still saying, she said her husband's barbaric thoughts were just jokes. Girl, please quit it. Cut it out. And then they talk on, fellatio and oral pleasure. And she says that they're both dentists or dental surgeons, and they've seen dental issues from people going down low, and that's why they don't want to do it. Can we please move on? Those type of responses is like, do we really need Alicia back next season? I don't think so. Dr. Daddy Damon, Andy asked if he cared that Heavenly be fabricating stuff. He said he don't, and we ain't heard nothing else from him. So then we see more flashbacks, and we saw a lot with Quad and Dr. G. I guess they said, look, we ain't get enough of y'all interacting during the season, so we about to get it right now. But Quad is on her apology tour, so you're not going to get the old Quad that she would have got before. But plus, I mean, why are we seeing this? He's remarried. Like, Quad, I promise you, Quad living her best life, okay? I just saw a TikTok. I guess she was on IG Live last night and having some pajama party. And when I say she had all the it girls of Atlanta over there, child, even Drew Sidora was over there, Erica Dixon from Love and Hip Hop, Rashida, they had everybody. Andy was up in the place. All the, reality star girlies was up in there, okay? So I don't think Quad is worried about this at all. But we know who your real friends are. Simone said she ain't even been to the house or drove near it. Meanwhile, everybody named Mama was at that pajama party, okay? But yeah, I want to touch on this because in the flashback, they also spent a good amount of time showing Dr. Simone and Cecil when they were going through their separation and threatening divorce. And Toya made a comment like, oh, you don't want to get divorced after 21 years? That's 21 wasted years. I'm glad that Simone was able to work things out with her kept husband. You hear me? But let's not. Like, I hate when people be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna let this go. I spent X amount of years. I spent 21 years. I'm not about to just let it go. If it's not working, now they were able to work it out, but I'm saying if there's some circumstances that are just unforgivable, unworkable, you just can't work it out. Don't look at it like, oh, it's 21 wasted years. Look at it like, look, I don't want to spend 21 more days with you. I don't want to spend another minute in this. I already did 21 years. I'm not about to do another 21 if it's not meant to be. Okay. And then it's like, if your relationship ended and it wasn't, you wanted this to work out, because now that makes it feel like if people tried to work it out and it didn't work out, like you failed. If you did everything you could do, you didn't fail. That was 21 years or so. That's a lifetime of an experience that you had to share with someone. And now the chapter is just closed. But if you are able to work it out, shout out to the couples that are able to get through those rocky times, them tough times, those highs and lows, good and bad, for better, for worse, and actually stick it out and come to the other side and work things out. Shout out to you. So Heavenly and Sweet Tea get into it because I thought Andy said, is there any chance that y'all could be cool? And Heavenly was like, well, maybe. And Sweet Tea was like, hell no. They cussing each other out. And Sweet Tea made mention like, oh, and you're a doctor and I was your patient and I came to you for dental work. I don't recall Heavenly violating any HIPAA laws. Now, she said a whole lot of things during the season, all out on social media, But I don't remember her violating no HIPAA laws. And how many HIPAA laws can you break when you're talking about somebody's teeth? Didn't she just get her gums worked on? I mean, what is there to say about that? Okay, Ann. But after they get done cussing and fussing, Heavenly was like, well, you know what? B, if you want that action, I'm about it. Like, and she gonna defend me this time. Jackie gonna jump in as well. And Jackie was looking like, now how I get in this? Okay. So the men leave, and Andy asks how Sweet Tea felt after basically getting hazed into the group. They had to jump her in, I guess. I don't know. She didn't like it, and she said when it came to her dress fitting, because we looked at a clip from that, she already, was overwhelming. Her family wasn't there, and so Toya and Phaedra came and they was throwing shade. It's like, I didn't like what they were doing in that moment, the way they were treating her and the comments they were making. And then it's like, it always goes back to like, girl, you signed up for this. You knew what you were signing up for. But like, dang, y'all couldn't even cut the girl some slack when she's about to get married. Anybody who's been married or just even watched a wedding show or knows somebody who got married knows how stressful getting married can be. But Phaedra mentions that she got a little booty. She was like, it's cute though. It's like a little cute natural booty. And I know, especially in Atlanta, y'all, those little natural booties is far and few. I know. So Sweet Tea, because we heard Sweet Tea say, like, look, I ain't been on the table like y'all. I ain't been under the knife like y'all. So y'all ain't used to seeing the realness. And that's probably true. So Sweet Tea gonna shout out after Phaedra said she got a little booty. She was like, in a world full of Megan Thee Stallions, I am a lamb of God. And it's like, girl, be quiet. That did not hit like you thought it did. Like, boo, tomatoes, child. Like, it really didn't get what you thought it did. And it sounded a little rehearsed. Like, I'm a lamb of God, girl. And then Phaedra started talking about, lambs and little lambs before at another occasion on that other show. But anyway, so the ladies started talking about the surgeries they got. And somebody, a fan, I guess, said Quad should have gave Sweet Tea her surgeon's number so she can get her BBL. And Quad was like, it'll never happen. My booty came from Jesus by way of my mama. I know that's right. Now, she didn't talk about nothing else, but she said the booty is all hers. And I ain't mad at it. Listen, I was looking when Toya was walking around wearing all these crop tops and belly shirts. I was like, yeah, I could see that she had got something done. And I could see it because I wouldn't mind getting a little nip and tuck. I wouldn't mind getting me a little tummy tuck myself. Listen, I've had children. It ain't even no shame in my game if I get it done and y'all see me going around with my stomach out when it's cold out or whatever. Don't say nothing. Okay. So we wrap up. Everyone is, giving their little wrap up thing. And I keep hearing people mentioning Quad. Why? I don't know. And then Jackie was like, we're going to have to keep an eye on you. We're going to have to keep, watch you. And like she on a final written warning or something. Like she was on her last write up. Like y'all write, y'all acting like y'all write the checks. It's getting on my nerve. Jackie, don't piss me off with this. Okay. You ain't said nothing this whole time. You've been quiet as a church mouse. So they decided to cheers to some Kendall Jackson wine. That is where part 3 ends. Let me know if I forgot anything. What did y'all think about this season? It had ups and downs. It's not as great as the other seasons, but it wasn't bad. But I'll be happy to see y'all in my next video. Be sure to like and bye. See you in the next one.